Bezrat Hashem, the Gemara this morning, Menachot, page 68a. Rav ושמואל דאמרי תרוויו, בזמן שבית המקדש קיים, עומר מתיר. בזמן שאין בית המקדש קיים, עיר מזרח מתיר. So let's explain what this Gemara is going to teach us this morning. The Gemara is speaking about a very specific mitzvah said in the Torah, which is called Omer. What is the Omer exactly? We know there's a period of coming Omer after Pesach, right? The Sfirat HaOmer. During 49 days we count the Omer, right? But what is it all about? It's all about that we are not allowed to eat from a new crop that grew right after Pesach. Any wheat, barley, the 5 cereals that grew after Pesach are called Chadash, the new crop. And this new crop is not allowed to be eaten till the next year Pesach. Now, the old crop is called Yashan, old. The new crop is called Chadash. Now, in the time of Bet HaMikdash, when Pesach came, right, and the Kohanim would sacrifice a korban, a sacrifice called Omer. Omer is what? Omer is a little bit of barley, new crop of barley that they sacrificed on the altar, and that permitted all the chadash, all the new crop growing after Pesach to be eaten. Till then, everything was put in stock, and we were not allowed to touch it. This halacha applies today also, right? So now there's a debate: is it only in Israel? Is it also outside of Israel? Everybody agrees today that it's in Israel, it applies for sure, and also outside of Israel. The only question is it rabbinical or from the Torah? So even if we say rabbinical, it's still not allowed. So what happens actually on the market? Basically, when Pesach comes and we eat from the old crop, because everything grew from last year, around the period of Rosh Hashanah, which is 6 months later, the new crop starts to come into the market. So anything made out of flour, of wheat, of barley, right? All those the five cereals that the Torah speaks about, all those things are not allowed to be eaten till the next season, which is Pesach, which means 6 months later. Today, Baruch Hashem, there's lists, right? There is a lot of things that tell you what are you allowed to eat, what are you not allowed to eat. Everything coming from Israel, everything is Yashan. Because in Israel it's a law in the Knesset that any new crop is not allowed to be eaten. What is happening exactly in Israel is the following. Israel sends to the US, let's say 3 kilos of Chadash, of the new crop, and in exchange 1 kilo of the new crop, and in exchange, the US will give Israel 3 kilos of old crop. Why? Because in the States, there is an emergency fund of wheat in case of a bomb, in case of whatever it is, of a war, and you have to renew the stock. So from times to times, they have to take out the old stock and put new stock. So since Israel is interested in the old stock, America puts in new stock and gives Israel the old stock. For sure, it's a good business for Israel, and it's a good thing for halacha. So on the market, right, you're going to see a lot of packages carrying the word Yashan. Right? Yashan means the old crop. But if you buy anything from Israel, even if it doesn't say Yashan on the box, officially it's Yashan because Israel sells only Yashan. Now, if you go to bakeries, right? You want to buy a cake, you want to buy bread, always ask if it's Yashan. Many times it will say on the packaging, and if not, ask them which type of flour they used, right? So now, the Gemara is saying, Bizman Bet HaMikdash Kayam, when the temple was existing, what do we do? Omer Matir. Omer means this sacrifice made out of the new crop of barley. They would collect some barley, they would make flour out of it, they would make like a bread out of it, and they would put it on the altar. Once the sacrifice was brought on the altar, all the new crop from the last year is permitted. בזמן שאין בית המקדש קיים, when בית המקדש is not existing anymore, העיר מזרח מתיר. It means that in the morning of the 16th of Nisan, which means the second day of Pesach, all the old crop, the new crop from the last year is getting permitted, and then you're allowed to eat still till the new crops come to the market. So basically, it's a mitzvah that not many people know about it, because in Israel it's the law, so not many people are aware of it, because automatically everything is Yashan. And outside of Israel, right, it's if you just follow the guides of Yashan, if you just follow all the literature written about Yashan, it's really not so hard, because basically most of the bakeries in the States today, they're trying to produce all their goods, baked goods, with Yashan. But you should always ask, and this way you're accepting and applying one of the biggest mitzvahs of the Torah, which is eating only from the old crop. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.